Good evening. Happy Tuesday. Freddie Vasquez here with Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, I want to discuss abuse of power. Which council members have been abusing their powers? I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, we talk abuse of power. How are our council members abusing power? Using their authority to scare individuals? Good evening. There goes that sound effect. I apologize for yesterday. I had it on for whatever reason. I didn't hear it in my earpiece. And I watched the podcast and I was like, hate when I make mistakes like that, I just hate it. Bothered me. Well, anyway, good evening, folks. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. Tonight, I want to discuss abuse of power. I've got some information, folks. I had people reach out to me. I was told a story that was a bit unbelievable, but believable because I know it too well. I'm going to talk about council members using their power and authority to benefit individuals, loved ones, friends, family. And I've spoken about that, but I'm going to be more specific. And also about an incident with a local business owner here in the city of Yonkers where a council member threatened to close their business down over personal problems that person had with them. But I want to start with Shanae Williams, council member for the 1st District, right? And I recently discussed her about her community and mental services, health services committee, where she didn't really talk much. They talked about financial investments and opportunity zones and all that good stuff that didn't really pertain to those in the community now. Didn't pertain to people with mental health or young people addicted to drugs in her district. It didn't pertain to the recent violence that we've been seeing, an increase in violence. Someone else was recently murdered here in the city of Yonkers, and the suspect is on the loose. Police are still looking for him. And we've had more violence, more shootings. Last night, actually, I was told by some individuals, no one was hit there. No one was taken to the hospital, thank God, no one died. With all these issues that we have here in the city of Yonkers, particularly with housing problems, something that our council members let us down on last year, you would think that their focus would be on making things right. But it doesn't seem to be where their concern is, and they continue to focus solely on themselves. Councilwoman Shanae Williams used her authority and power to funnel money to an organization or a program here in the city of Yonkers that is, I guess that was started it was started by her boyfriend. It's a kayaking program. We kayak on the Hudson, right? And the individual that told me this said, Freddie, listen, man, I don't want to, the program is good and I don't want to talk badly about the program. And okay, that's fine. He said, it's just about abuse of power. That's an abuse of power. There are things that need funding here in the city of Yonkers. We're always talking about being short on money. It's always these budget shortfalls, right? And who usually are the ones that get shafted? Who are the ones that see these cuts, right? When they cut programs, when the money is short, it usually affects people in her district, District 1. The poor people. They feel the effects first. So why would she be more concerned with allocating funds to a kayaking program? And I looked into the program because I didn't want to be negative. I said, let me see what this is about. Let me see. And from what I see there, look, if it was a program that, was doing something in the community, I wouldn't even mention it. But when I looked on their Facebook page, what it looks like to me is a bunch of college buddies who enjoy kayaking and hiking in the winter. That's all I saw. That's all the pictures showed. So the city of Yonkers is using taxpayer money, funneling it through Shanae Williams to her boyfriend for their programs, when there are other individuals here in the city of Yonkers hoping to see their programs funded because the same characters keep getting the money and we don't see results. We don't. I'm all about the results. What are the results? What are going to be the results of kayaking and hiking in the snow when we have people getting killed here in the city of Yonkers? Businesses are getting robbed every single day. Do you know that? They're having to hire off-duty police officers. And we still have a housing crisis, one that Shanae Williams was supposed to be championed for. But once it was killed, she hasn't said a word about it anymore. And very recently, again, I was excited that she was doing her meeting for the community and mental health services, and nothing. It was all about opportunity zones. Is this an abuse of power? You know, if I'm a council member and, you know, my wife has a program and stuff and I just funnel money to her, would that be okay? I wouldn't probably care if at least it was doing something, but you can check it out. The program is called Hudson River Riders. And they launch off the JFK Marina there. They're actually trying to raise more money also. They're asking for $15,000. I guess the city didn't give them enough. Right? And again, I wouldn't even be critiquing or being critical of it. But one, it's an abuse of power. We see the money where it goes. It goes to the same organization, same people. Secondly, she's not doing much in the community. She's not. Prove me wrong. But what's going on in your community? What's going on in your district? It's in bad shape. It's in bad shape. And, you know, it just bothers me when I see things like this. Oh, okay. I see what it's all about. Right? It's all about getting the perks. Again, and you can go watch my episodes that I've done on perks and benefits that elected officials seem to take full opportunity of, friends and family. And in this case, Councilwoman Williams is helping out her boyfriend have fun with their friends from college. That's what it seems like. A few kids they bring along with them here and there, but you can go take a look at yourself on the Facebook. But it's beginning to, I'm beginning to think more and more that we're being played. We're really being played. It's a lack of true interest expressed by most of the city council and a lack of knowledge on subject matter. Did you watch the last week's city council meeting? I didn't get a chance to watch today's, and I will. But there's a lack of knowledge in the subject matter that they're speaking about at the council meetings. Right? And they don't even prepare. It's a lack of preparedness. They're going to appoint people to positions that use up taxpayer money, and you have no questions for them. You represent the people. Shanae Williams didn't even know that they were going to be asking questions. She didn't even know. This is what she said.
Come on, give it to us straight.
Actually, that was Councilwoman Pineda that said, give it to us straight.
Letting Helen off easy.
Are we doing interviews right now?
Yes, I sent that text message yesterday if you had any questions for the candidates.
Yes, but I thought it was going to be like after we went through the agenda, we would then do interviews. But I'm okay. I don't have any questions. I know. Okay. I think she's great. I think she'll be a great first deputy.
She thinks she's great. She has no questions. She thinks she'll be a great first deputy counsel. Right? Well, what we don't know that. The constituents don't know that. But do you think maybe they don't care? Is that what it is, Councilwoman Williams? They don't care. They're not into that stuff, right? They're too busy shooting themselves. Why bother ask any questions? So they don't come prepared. It's taken for a joke. I mean, where do we live? Who are the people that represent us? They don't have no knowledge on the subject matter. You can tell when you watch a meeting that they didn't read the information. And if you don't know the information, that means you didn't discuss the information. That means that you're not involved in the meetings. Then you're not making decisions. So who is? Who's making the decisions? Because if you don't know about it, if you don't even know, what you're even talking about, if you have no questions, if you don't know the numbers, then what are you doing? Just funneling money to boyfriends? Let's go kayaking. Go check out the pictures. I mean, it's like another Shanae Williams Facebook page. I mean, are they working? How do they keep track of their hours? Do they keep track of official hours, the time that they're working? They get full-time salaries. They get perks like cars. They get to funnel money to their loved ones. And they take full advantage of their position. They do. They take full advantage and they do nothing for the people. Absolutely nothing. That's just my opinion. I could be, hey, it's just my opinion. But they do nothing. But you know what? That's not the worst. That's not the worst abuse of power. I heard another interesting story today. I couldn't believe it. But it's starting to make sense. It's starting to come together. And it goes to show that I'm not crazy like they want me to, or want people to believe me to be. I had another business owner, or I've spoken with another business owner, as well as sources and witnesses in regards to councilman, I should say, not councilman, majority leader, I'm sorry, councilwoman, Tasha Diaz. That's right. The things I heard weren't surprising, however, because she's expressed that live on TV or on Facebook or wherever you watch the meetings. Right? Apparently, the majority leader's daughter was working at a local business and she got into some problems with another employee. So in order to rectify the problem, the owner moved the majority leader's daughter to another location, upsetting her apparently because of the move, but it was creating problems keeping her and the other employee together, which is smart, understandable. That didn't sit well, apparently, with the majority leader's daughter, and she began to have problems with the owner of the business. Somehow, a problem ensued in the business. The majority leader was contacted, and she rolled up like a G, according to witnesses. She rolled up like a G. And as soon as she walked out the car, everyone agrees to this. The first thing they heard was,
"Let's get it popping."
That's right. Let's get it popping. No, I just added that to the story. I'm joking. I just added that. But she did. She got out the car in an aggressive manner, surprising witnesses because, one, she was an older woman, an adult. They expected better behavior. We know better. And two, she was an elected official. For someone who's an elected official to come out and approach a situation in that manner, to escalate the situation, become aggressive, and become street, very thugged out, and start making threats and yelling at the business owner, scared the witnesses who were there. She threatened to shut them down. And she said, "You don't know who you're messing with." This is according to witnesses. That's right. That's what they told me. I mean, the way that the witness was describing it, I mean, it seemed like it was a pretty frightening experience. She was like, all this drama, oh my God, it was crazy. Right? But people were stunned. They just were stunned that the elected official would come out that way, would be aggressive, would yell, threaten to shut the business down. She can do that. She has that power, and she will abuse it, as we are hearing from the story. But I believe that. I believe that. I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you what. This is what's happened to me. This is what's happened to me. I've had individuals approach me in an aggressive manner. So I'm wondering now, is it you and not Mr. Zehi Jeris? But then again, Zehi Jeris is behind you, majority leader. So is it Zehi Jeris? Two peas in a pod. two-shaded pea pod. I don't know. But that's not where it ends. Because after that incident, then the business owner had to deal with the fire marshal coming to the business, building department, police officers coming into the business, walking right in, walking through the business, walking into the back, and began writing summonses. Police officers wrote summonses. And according to the owner, one of them apologized because he's actually a customer. Get that. Yeah, that's right. But that's what he has to do. This is his job. The councilwoman is pissed. Councilwoman is pissed. So cops, fire marshals, building department went and did a surprise inspection. And I've had that happen to me. So it's a similar story. We're starting to see a pattern here. Wow, is it really organized crime here in the city of Yonkers? Really? You send the goons to shake them down? Because it happened to me in my business very recently. I had the goon squad come, building inspectors, fire marshal. You remember, I have video. They made all kinds of threats, similar threats. They were going to shut my business down. They were going to condemn the building. And they were going to get a warrant to come in if I didn't let them in. All right, they threatened it. One of them kind of got a little nervous because it was getting a little out of hand. He said, oh, whoa, no, I don't want to go through all that. Oh, no, I don't want to. No. Thugs. That's right. We have thugs operating here in the city of Yonkers in an official capacity with plaques on their cars. I wonder when she pulled up to the business and hopped out.
Let's get it popping.
Did she have a Yonkers official plaque? So the business was harassed by police officers after that fact. Customers were harassed. Their cars were given tickets when they went to the business. The owner was given tickets. Employees were given tickets. They were intimidated. This is all what happened after the problem with the majority leader's daughter. She made the threats. She said she was going to do it. So who was it? You know, when you add 2 and 2 together, you get 4. And that's what goes on here in the city of Yonkers. And that is the reason why people are scared to speak up. People are scared to speak up. Business owners are scared to speak up. If they do, that's what happens. So they can't beat them. They join them. Right? That's what they do. That's what happens. And I can't believe that. But it's similar to what happened to me. And now I'm wondering, is that a tactic that the majority leader uses? Because the individual who tried to assault me in front of the post office last year mentioned the majority leader. He said, why are you talking about Tasha Diaz? Yeah. I mean, we've seen her behavior. I know they've tried to make me out to be an aggressive person, but really, who's more aggressive? Me or Tasha? I'm not an elected official. I don't have a history. I've never threatened business owners to shut them down. I've never sent the Gestapo to go harass people's business. And that's what they do to me. It's been done to me. I had police follow me today. I got video of it. I mean, it's very obvious. I do things to make sure. And yep, they're following me. And I'm going to record you guys every time. And I'm going to put you on blast every time. Let's do it. You want to do stuff for individuals like Tasha Diaz? You want to mess your career up as an officer? And I'm not against the police. I respect the police. There are a lot of great Yonkers police officers. And when the individual that they sent to my business not too long ago, when that whole incident happened with me, the cops were great. But there are some, and this is just in the world in general, there's always bad apples everywhere. Doesn't matter where, just everywhere. There's bad apples, and they're going to do the bidding. So if you want to do that, you're going to risk your career because you're not dealing with a regular Latino, okay? Not that Hispanic that you have in your mind, the one that doesn't speak English well, is not fully educated, doesn't know the law, doesn't know his rights, doesn't have an attorney, that's good and doesn't have the means and resources to get in your ass. I do. And that's why I'm doing what I do, because a lot of people don't. So I'll be the voice. I'll be the voice. Come after me. Okay, because I've been followed by the cops before. I know it. I see them, and I take them in circles sometimes. But this is what they do here in the city of Yonkers, and it's horrible. So this is not, it's not an isolated incident. Freddie's not crazy. He's not making things up. It happened to another business owner. And why did it stop? Because people started to find out about it. So that's goes to show. It's obvious. The minute people started to find out about it, it stopped. No more police harassment, no more tickets. The owner was left alone. Remember this, folks. Remember this. Think about this. We got a lot of surprises for you because you guys are not smart. You guys are being played. And you're allowing yourselves to be played. Some of you probably don't know, because you want to get ahead in life. And that's not how you get ahead. It's not how you get ahead in life. And you're going to end up going down because they're going to throw you under the bus. That's why they put you in the front, the limelight. You want to be the elected official? There you go. Go ahead. Do this, that, and the third. Don't read it. Just do it. It's going to come down because we're going to push. We're going to be pushing because I want my permits and I want my money that I lost, and we're going to push. But that's unbelievable. So that just goes to show what's going on here. But that's not only the only incident of abuse of power. This is throughout the entire city of Yonkers. It extends into the housing authority, municipal housing authority of city of Yonkers. Another story I've heard, a single mom, Wilson Kimball, a wealthy white woman, had no problem kicking out a single mom of her apartment with children in the middle of a pandemic. Did she not read that tenants were getting special rights now because of this pandemic? They were getting all kinds of extensions, especially those that are receiving benefits from the government. You would strip away someone's voucher in the middle of a pandemic, forcing them out onto the street because of a mistake that you guys made. Or was it a mistake? It's another thing I'm hearing. Taking away people's vouchers, giving them to other people. They make up excuses. They delay the process because you have a certain amount of time to do things within that process. To do the process within that certain time. And if you go over that time, then that's it. You forfeit your voucher, but they purposely delay it. Wilson Kimball, you didn't help this woman. You could have, and you did nothing. That's unbelievable. It's horrible. In the middle of a pandemic, you put a mom out with 3 kids. And it's sad because she reached out to certain individuals here in the city, certain elected officials, and they did nothing. In fact, what they did was they contacted her attorney and told the attorney to tell her to stop calling their office. Yeah, that's right. Because the congressman did not want to speak to her about a problem, although the congressman loves to talk about helping people. Yeah. So we're going to put it all out there. It's all going to be coming out. We're going to show exactly just how horrible and disgusting some of you guys can be. And I'm going to just say it like that. Liars, cheats. Horrible people. You hurt people's businesses on purpose. You have no problem, no shame, no care about hurting someone's business. You people are disgusting to me. You'll put a woman out on the street. You hurt families that we provide services to, trying to hurt my business. You didn't think about them, did you? You didn't think about the employees that I had to let go, did you? You didn't think about the employees that this business would have to let go. You didn't think about all the money that the other gentleman over there that bought that business from you guys that was just fine when you owned it. And then when he bought it, the building department had problems for him. He had to replace a new roof. He had to do a ramp and all this other stuff when the man just spent all his money buying the business from you. We're going to talk about all that. And there's a lot more to come. I got information here that I'm just going to wait till I get it all together just right before I even share it. Oh, man. Yeah. All right. So I want to make sure we share this correctly. I want to share it right. You know, I want to put it together right for you guys. It's unbelievable here. City of Yonkers. Horrible. And by the way, I just found out that Ada Medina's dad or stepdad, Judge Ada Medina's stepdad, is Jordanian. What's going on with the Jordanians out here, man? You guys all beefing, and what are you beefing with, the Italians, or who's running the politics now? Which one group is? Well, because the Puerto Ricans with the Hispanics, Latinos, the Mexicans, the El Salvadorians, the Dominicans, Cubans, we coming, baby. We coming. It's a lot of us, and we're coming. We're coming. We want in. We want in. But we're going to share with everybody. Everybody gets a job. Everybody, you want a job? You want a job? You get a job. Everybody gets a job. You didn't have a job? You're going to get a job. It's your turn. Yes, Ada Medina's stepdad is Jordanian, and that explains the connection to Mr. Zahi Jeris. There you go. That explains it. Just thought I'd throw that fact out there if anybody cares. And if you don't know, I was talking about the judge. She was recently appointed by the mayor to replace Thomas Quinones. That was with a whole bunch of controversies, and I suggest you watch the podcast. I did a podcast on it. That was a big crazy right there. There was a whole lot of threats, intimidation happening over at DPW, all over this position in the city court. Could you believe it? What is it? Because it's like $200,000 you're making. Everybody like, I want that money. I want $200,000. No, you're supposed to do the right thing. You know, for jobs like that, they should just pay. Look, you volunteer. Let's see how many people will want to take it then. You have to volunteer. Volunteer if it's part-time position, as a counsel. Volunteer. Don't pay them. They are out of control. This is horrible. Yeah, it's unbelievable. When I heard this story about this business owner and, Tasha Diaz rolling up there, all gangster and threatening to shut him down and saying, you don't know who I am. And I know that's their style because it's happened to me. That's what I'm saying. I've witnessed it myself. And then they try to turn around and say, I'm crazy, right? Oh, and I hear the latest rumor, maybe not the latest, probably been talking about it before, but it just got to me, about me and domestic violence. You guys would try anything, right? I was crazy, domestic violence. Yeah. All right. But, that's something you shouldn't play with. I believe it was Lorraine Lopez. She put a thing about the CPS cases that were levied against me false. I talked about it. And I talked about it a lot. So, but stuff like that, CPS, domestic, especially the zero evidence. There's no documentation, no police reports, no nothing. It's simply the words of individuals, especially who have an agenda to discredit me, especially me. You should really get the facts. But for the individuals who do choose to use that as a means of an attack on someone, there's people that are going through that stuff for real, and that's really low. That's really, really low. There's women out there actually getting beat up. There's actually men getting beat up too. Okay. It's not just women. It's not just women. Right. I knew a guy that would get beat up by his wife. Okay. It's not just women. All right. We always have that. It's a women getting beat up, not just women. But yeah, but I think that's low. And I just heard that today. That's why I mentioned it. But look, I have to expect it comes with the territory when I'm doing I'm doing this podcast and I'm saying what I'm saying. People are going to look for, they're going to start to say whatever and stuff like that. But look, I'm here. You're not going to scare me. You're not going to, discredit me. You're not going to, whatever it is that you're trying to do, intimidate me, shut my business, send people to fight me, spread rumors about me. That's not going to work. I suggest that you start to listen to me and to the people here in the city of Yonkers and hear what we want, because we're going to keep coming and we're going to come even harder. Okay? That's a promise. That's a promise. All right? It's a promise. And I ordered a few bulletproof vests, so I'm ready. I'm ready. Start making complaints to the DA. She campaigned on taking these corrupt politicians. Who campaigned on taking these corrupt politicians? Who was that? The DA? Are you talking about what's her freaking name? Roca? Mimi Roca? Which politicians? Not the ones that she was cool with, right? Not the ones that she put on that campaign rally that she got the city of Yonkers to pay for, right? It was her, Jamal Bowman. Who else was out there? Vereshako. Who else? Mike Cater was out there. Yeah, I think Mike Cater was out there. Yeah, I'm gonna call you out too, buddy. Who else? There was a few of them out there, but basically they set it up as a voter registration, but there was a campaign rally, right? And they were all giving this spiel. Vote for me, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and by the way, if you didn't register to vote right there, if you saw the line for the register to vote thing, not one person. I believe Maddie from the Pamela's Heart Foundation was there. Yeah, you sat there with the machine to vote, to register people. How many people did you actually register that day? All I know is that was a rally, a campaign event, campaign rally of all the Democrats, the team. This was the team, right? So she was there. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how much she's going to do when she's with the team, right? And you got AMS giving you office space to run your campaign out of. I'm not saying she wasn't paying for it, but can you provide some proof, some receipts that you were paying for that space over there on Main Street, the building that's owned by AMS Acquisitions? Mimi Roca, she was making her 3D printer things, right? To put on your mask. That was her campaign thing. She was giving them out, right? So this is what I'm saying, folks, right? So you can't rely on these people, right? Because they're friends. They hook each other up. They work together to get elected. You can't rely on these people, right? So, and yes, I am probably public enemy number one. I got that sent to me today too. I am, but what can I do? What can I do? Okay, I'm married. You think there's anything harder than that? Psh, please, Anyway, so if their team, they're friends, there's no way she's going to investigate any of them. Absolutely no way. No way. I will bet you $1 that she will not investigate them. Guaranteed. She's not going to. I don't know who she's investigating. It's probably just the regular people like us. We the only ones that go to jail and get investigated, right? Not the elected officials. Not the elected officials at all. Wilson Kimball should not hold any tax-paying position with her past and with Battery Park, right? I mean, why would the city of Yonkers hire someone with that history? I mean, two individuals. I mean, the IG, the New York State Inspector General, the guy that actually did his job, he investigated James Kavanaugh and Wilson Kimball. Well, while they worked together at Battery Park. It was a Battery Park. I forgot the full name of it. It's one of these organization things, just like the downtown waterfront bid and the community development whatever that board, you know what I mean, all those made up things that they just put people in. It was one of those things for Battery Park. And according to the New York Post, Mr. James Kavanaugh, who is the president of the YIDA currently, was using money that money that they were generating, the Battery Park organization thing, whatever, to pay for an apartment, which they called the Love Nest, right? And that's where he met his wife, Wilson Kimball. That's where they met. It's a beautiful story. It's almost as good as mine. Me and my wife, we met when we were 16. She actually crashed my birthday party. I didn't know who she was. And I was like, who's this woman? Like, this girl coming to my party, right? And we didn't even speak. And then a year later, we would actually start dating. That was interesting. That's cute. Not Love Nest down in Battery Park Apartments, you know what I'm saying, while you're married. That's not cute. That's not cute at all. But that's exactly what happened, according to the Post and according to the fact that they're still together. How's that house in Rhode Island, by the way, guys? Did you sell it or you still have it? Is it by the beach? Can I come down with you guys? I'll bring the beer. Yeah. So, but these individuals who are insanely corrupt, in my opinion, are now here in the city of Yonkers. And so we talk about corruption here in the city of Yonkers, and then you got individuals that are, have a history of corruption, right? I mean, the New York State Inspector General thought so. That's why he investigated them. I mean, they were spending lavishly. He was taking out, her out on his dime, or on the dime of the Battery Park or whatever, money that was supposed to go to the city, right? Not to the Kavanaughs, and fund their stuff. So who paid for that house in Rhode Island? Who did? Was it Battery Park funds? Or did you sell it? Yeah, that's the truth, though. That's the truth. Talk about it. Yeah, I'm trying. Wow, didn't know that. Yes, Mimi supposedly has a special unit for public corruption. Oh yeah, what's that unit called? And where are they at? Right? Where are they at? Right? They're probably gonna investigate me now. They're gonna look at let's go find something for that guy. You're not gonna find nothing. I don't care. Waste taxpayer money. Doesn't matter. And I welcome it, because when they do stuff like that, then I flip it on them. But look, see these corrupt guys? They look at what they're trying to do. You see them? So I love it. Keep coming at me. Keep coming at me. I'm ready for it, or the traps are set. But they're not going to investigate any of the elected officials, because they're like, they're in the same club, right? It's one big club, and we're not a part of it. We're not a part of it, and she's a part of it. And in order to do that, she had to, she did what she did. Look, at the end of the day, you want to look. It's all about winning, right? Let's just keep it real, all right? Let's just keep it 1,000%. We want to keep it real. Let's keep it real. It's all about winning. Okay, that's it. That is it. Okay, that is it for these individuals. It's all about winning. So how do we win? How do I win? Right? If let's say I want to be the district attorney, how do I win? Well, I got to know who are the players, right? The people that have been in it for a long time. They the movers and the shakers. They can raise the money. They have the connections, So you have to get next to these people. And because remember, when she first was, wanting to be DA, she wasn't DA, right? So she was just Mimi Roca, whoever. And she really, at the end of the day, all of them are just whatever their name is, and that's it, right? But so she wasn't this big bad DA, she was just, I got to get in here. I got to get in here. Let me align myself with these guys, and I'm going to do what I got to do. And I'm not going to investigate them because they looked out, and they probably know things. Right? It's like a club. It's like a secret society. You got to tell all your sexual experiences and stuff like that, so they know things about you. You know what I mean? Like the Freemasons, call them bones. You know what I mean? So so she's not going to do that. There's no way. Mimi Roca, if you ever happen to watch this podcast, surprise me, because I can point you in the right direction. I'm sure there's a lot of people that can point you in the right direction if you want to get pointed in the right direction. So look, it's there. They got to do it. What? Okay, this is just too messy. Yeah, it's very messy. Yeah, beyond messy. That's right. It's beyond messy, because it's politics. It's politics, and that's just what it is. I mean, it's a club. It's just a club. You have to play. Ideally, we would love for elected officials to do the right thing, but then we would truly be idealistic, not realistic. And unfortunately, I hate to sound cynical, but if I want to be honest, then I must be cynical, because after all, this is politics here in the city of Yonkers. And most of us are well aware of the way politics operates here in the city of Yonkers. So it should be no surprise. And we should not expect much from any of them, because we've seen time and time again that we will not get much. You will see a councilwoman abuse her power and threaten a business owner. You will see a council member funnel money to their friends. You will see elected official appoint friends to positions in committees, on boards, and you will see elected officials get brothers, sisters, fathers, mothers, uncles, cousins, and side pieces, jobs within the city. But what you will not see is elected officials doing their job, helping the people. So it's time for them to go. And I hope you're all with me, because I'm with you. And my name is Freddie Vasquez, and this is Basement Politics, and I'm out of here, folks, because I've been on longer than I want to be. Trying to keep it to 30 minutes, man. I'm listening to you guys. I love you guys. I do. Thank you for watching. And to that store owner, we going to get him because he was pissed. He didn't like the way he was talked to. He says, yeah, I haven't been in this country very long, but we're smart. We have businesses. My family owns multiple businesses. We have properties that we rent out to Chase Bank. That's exactly what he told me. And I believe him. But then an insecure councilwoman had to walk up in there pissed off for whatever ghetto reason she had and went off on a man who come to this country to work hard and establish a business. And you have been here all your life and have established exactly what? I'm out of here.